Hello there, carnivores. This is Caleb with Knutzen'd Meats, and today we're going to be taking a look at a beef round and how we like to break it down and prep it for cuts here at our butcher shop. I'm going to start with a knife and a meat hook. We're just going to follow the seams of this muscle. You can leave some of that meat on the bone if you need to make some cross-cut shanks or soup bones for customers' wishes. So I'm using a 10-inch Victorinox knife here. 6-inch knife should get the job done as well too. Just going to follow that femur bone on each side and then use the gravity of the meat and my meat hook to just kind of pull that beef round away from the femur bone. Now that's some real speed butchery for you. There we go. All right, you can see it start to give way here. Now I'm going to separate that femur bone from the hip joint. And if you kind of know the anatomy of that bone, you'll just kind of follow that outer circular area and it'll fall down. I like to use my meat hook to grab right there on the hip bone, and then I'll just go ahead and release that. We'll take that over to the boning table and get started prepping that beef round. So if you're digging this video so far, go ahead and give us a like. Let us know in the comments below if you have any video ideas or questions, and subscribe to the channel if you're digging some carnivorian content. So here I'm taking out the oyster muscle. We're just going to put that into hamburger. Going to cut a little circle in here, make it easier as we're pulling away that top round from the hip. And we're just going to follow this hip bone. It does help to know how to use a meat hook so you can put a little more pressure. There's a little Joe Smart from Brewer's Grade playing some fiddle from their song Up Past Midnight. Fantastic local musicians. Make sure you check out their band, Brewer's Grade, like them on Facebook, and listen to some of their awesome original music. So we got that hip bone removed. Now we're going to just go ahead and cut out the top round. Again, we're just following the seams of the muscle. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife. Makes a difference. I'm going to set aside the eye of the round and bottom round. We'll get to those just a little bit later. And now I'm going to do some trimming on this top round. Some fat. There's a few veins here. We just want to trim it up and get it nice and prepped so we can throw it in the freezer. And we'll freeze it a little bit to cut steaks. You can cut the steaks either on the saw or by hand. So again, I'm trimming off some fat, and then there is a little cap muscle on side of the top round. I'm just going to use my knife, and again, we're just going to follow the seams of that muscle and peel off that cap. We could use it for some stew. It makes good grind as well. All right, we're getting there. I'm just going to do some other minor trims. Get this cut of meat prepped and ready. We'll even it up on this side and the other side, and we'll get that in the freezer or ready to cut for tomorrow's order. Again, I'm just cutting out some of the undesirable area there. Make sure the customers have a nice top round steak. They can also dice this up for stir fries or stew meat or fajitas or stroganoff. It's a nice lean meat. Now we're into the eye of the round. Here at our butcher shop, when we seam out this eye around muscle, we'll normally put it into cube steak. We can also make it into a roast. So we're just going to do some prep here. I'm going to trim off some of the fat and get this eye around ready for cube steak.
Massive dumps.
Just trimming off some of the silver scan and less desirable parts. We want a nice eye of the round to make good cube steak. We run it through our Sir Steak tenderizer. So that's taken care of. Now we're going to get to work on the bottom round. It's a nice chunk of meat we can get right there. And I'm just going to trim this up. You got string over there. 3-pound roast. Now that it's all trimmed, we're gonna tie it with some butcher twine. I slowed this down a little bit, so if you've never done it before, you can kind of watch and get an idea how we do it here at our butcher shop. We'll make a loop, wrap it around, go through that hole, we'll pull it taut. That's pretty much it. My dad taught me this. If you want to go ahead and make an extra loop around that other piece of string to make sure it's extra secure, you sure can. I'm just going to tie up this whole bottom round roast. I do have a video on my YouTube channel on how to tie a bottom round roast if you want to check that out. Makes a nice roast. So we can cut that 3 to 4 pounds, 2 to 3 pounds, whatever the customer wishes. And there you have it, folks. We've cut up and prepped up some round. I got a video coming up where we're gonna do some boning from the front quarter for training for our new employees and for if you've never done it before. So we hope you enjoyed this presentation of Knutzen'd Meats. Please like, subscribe, and enjoy some more carnivorian content. Y'all have a nice steak.